A tender touch. Sunset. Just the two of them. Basma and Mohammed are in love, but even though the young couple is married, gazing into each other's eyes is the limit to physical contact, at least in public.
Oh, it's not really comfy to kiss here. Not in front of the wood guy, not in front of others. We're not used to that. In Egypt, it's not really common that you kiss in front of strangers.
Even if your guys are married, why would you do this in public? I mean, you have your home, just act whatever you want at your home.
Before they got married last year, Basma and Mohammed could only see each other in secret. They were afraid Basma's family would find out. Cairo, a throbbing metropolis. At times, the city seems like a walking contradiction. Burqas and risque dresses are sold side by side. Talking about sex is strictly taboo as well, and yet women often find themselves fending off sexual predators.
You're wearing so much revealing clothes, and revealing, it really differs from a person to another. If you are too loud in the street, if you are putting too much makeup. When there is an incident of sexual harassment, you would find people just pointing fingers about the woman. Look at how she's dressed, look at how she walks, look at how she was dealing with them. She's asking for it.
It's a problem Mohammed is all too aware of, but one that's difficult to address. Most people here prefer to just ignore the problem. Mohammed is the head of a private school. In Egypt, such schools are considered progressive. But even here, sex education is not part of the curriculum. Public schools stopped teaching it a long time ago. Sex, they tell the kids, is something best kept secret.
However, being in an Eastern country, doing that proactively and starting that or initiating that from a non-biological aspect would be uncomfortable for most of the parents. So most of our work that's not biological, we do that reactively more than proactively.
This means kids won't get answers unless they ask, but they almost never do. That would be embarrassing. Basma is waiting for a taxi to bring her to work. She used to take a minibus, but the constant harassment from her male passengers was too much after a while.
It could start with a simple compliment about your body or about your look, ending with a complete description of a sexual act. The sex taboo is definitely related to sexual harassment, because I think when people feel pressured about something and when they feel that there's a certain topic that is you're not allowed to express anything about it, you start to be really occupied with it.
Sexual therapist Heba Kot believes this pent-up frustration is making people sick. Treatment is a luxury reserved only for the well-off. That's hurting Egyptian society as a whole, she says, and young people in particular. Heba believes they need clear answers.
It's part of our life. So until when we're going to deny it, and until when we're going to protect our kids, if a lot of people consider, keeping sexuality inside the taboo is a protection for their kids. Until when?
But Heba is determined to break the taboo. She's launched a YouTube channel which openly tackles issues such as love, relationship, and sexuality. At first, many Egyptians were outraged. Today, she's regarded as one of the country's leading sex experts. But the controversies haven't gone away. While Heba is considered progressive at home, many in the West see her as deeply homophobic because of videos like this, where she describes homosexuality as a disease that can and must be treated. In private, Basma and Mohammed try to speak openly about sex and their relationship, but it's not always easy. When most young Egyptians marry, they know very little about either. They learn about sex from porn videos provided by their parents, who also don't know how to talk to their kids about sex.
Suddenly, you're suddenly married, you don't know how you should expect, what should you expect, what should you do. And all your knowledge comes from like maybe porn movies, maybe just talks with your friends, but not real knowledge.
Basma and Mohammed have promised each other to do things differently when they have children of their own. They want their kids to be curious and ask questions. Love and sexuality may go back as far as the first humans, but for many here in Egypt, it remains a big mystery.